Hey guys, this is Angel Eyes 84 back at ya yet again. What's up for this video is my favorite horror movies. I have a ton of movies. I'm a major movie collector, but my favorite genre of movies are horror movies. I'm in love with the horror genre. I know that's weird because I'm like a girly girl and all that stuff, but I love horror movies. I love the humor that's in it sometimes. I just love everything about horror movies. I love the graphics, all that stuff, the art, makeup artists, all that stuff. Love, love, love horror movies. So I'm going to give you a list of my favorite horror movies. I'm going to show the covers to you. Okay, first up is Hostel. Love, 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 love this movie. It's actually interesting, and like one of the things that's so creepy about some horror movies is when they have like a touch of reality to them, where it's like this could happen. These kids, group of guys, they go vacationing in Europe, and this guy tells them about this hostel, which is another way of saying like students and travelers, whatnot, and people just start disappearing. And come to find out, where this hostel like kidnaps everybody that rents there, and these people sell them to other people so they can kill them any way they can. And it's been heard of like weird stuff happening like that in third world countries and whatnot. So that's what makes it interesting, because it's like, maybe this could be real, so that makes it more scarier. This is Hostel 2. So us girls wouldn't get jealous, because the first one is the guy's turn, the second one is the girl's turn. So a group of girls, and basically the same thing happens, but love this movie. The ending is so kick ass. I was like, oh, so it goes, oh my god, jump off your seat type scenes. The end, it was just so badass. I was like, go girl. I mean, it was awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I cannot talk about horror movies without talking about what used to be. I have to say that. What used to be my favorite genre of movies. Well, not genre, but was a long-standing, a continuating type of movie. And I'm talking about Saw, people. Saw is this amazing story about this guy that takes people that he feels are not appreciating their lives and living it to the fullest. And he gives them challenges, and if you succeed in what he tells you to do, he believes that you want to live and that you will succeed in life and do the right thing afterwards. These two guys are trapped in a bathroom. They try to figure out what they have in common, how to get out. It's awesome. So from Saw, we go to Saw 2. Now, Saw 2, a group of people are trapped in a house, and they've been injected with this virus, but Jigsaw tells them that there are antidotes like all over the house, but in every room, like, he has a challenge for somebody to do, and pretty soon they figure out they all went to prison. It's very, very good. Very, very good. Saw 3. Love Saw 3. It's a lady who's a doctor, and Jigsaw, I don't know if you guys know this, well, if you've seen any of it, Jigsaw has like a brain tumor, and he kidnaps the doctor, and he makes her operate on what he was told was always inoperable brain damage. And then they have a guy there that's going through a series of challenges. This one is pretty good. Pretty good. That's pretty much where, to me, the Saws stopped making sense. I mean, like, I do have Saw 4. I don't really care for it. I think they went overkill, with an autopsy video, like, showing the guy naked. That just, like, really creeped me out. And not in a good way. Because, I love to get creeped out, of course, about horror movies. But that creeped me out in a way that I was like, yeah, I want to puke. So, to me, Saw 1 through 3. And then that's it. Because, Saw 5 and Saw 6. And I hated the one, I'm not even sure which one it was. I swear, I stopped watching after Saw 5. I'm like, this doesn't even go with the storyline. This is not what I fell in love with this line of movies. They completely went off script. Stopped making sense. I hate the one where, like, the viewers get, like, this is a movie, like, reality you guys on. Anyway, I'm not gonna rant about that. So, Saw 1 through 3. That's for me. Up next is some of my favorite movies. House of a Thousand Corpses. Rob Zombie, who's so kick-ass, and I think he's so cute. His little short self, his little blonde dreadlocks. Psycho family that likes to kill people. And I mean, it's one of those movies where, like, there's humor in it, or, like, these people are freaking funny. And you kind of feel bad, like, well, he's kind of murdering somebody, but it's funny as fuck. Like, there's one guy on there, he's just, like, talking mad shit, and it's just funny. You can't help but laugh. You kind of feel bad, though. And, this is the follow-up to it, The Devil's Rejects, written and directed by one delicious Rob Zombie. This pretty much takes off after House of a Thousand Corpses, goes right to there. And this is a family, and it just shows, their psychoticness, them killing some people, them on the run from the police, and love this movie. I have to say that if you're into, like, rock, you definitely have to check out his, not his, but the movie soundtrack. This movie made me fall in love with, like, 70s rock. Like, seriously, I'm in love with Terry Reid. Never knew of him, never heard of him until I watched it, and I've been downloading a ton of his stuff. The music is awesome on here. Next up, a lot of movies. Next up is Cape Fear. I don't know if this is really a horror movie. I think it might kind of fall in the line of a thriller. I mean, horror and thriller, it's kind of like a slippery slope, So anyway, this movie is this is a remake, by the way. Robert De Niro is in this, and this is a movie about a guy who went to prison, and his lawyer didn't do all that he could to not make him go into prison. So when he finally gets out, he starts torturing this guy and his family and stalking him. This movie's kick-ass. And next up is the original Dawn of the Dead by George A. Romero. Love Dawn of the Dead. A news reporter, a pilot, and two cops. They're running from the zombies, and they decide to stop them all. And they kind of live there for a while. I mean, it's just awesome. It's awesome. It's by George A. Romero. What else can I say? I also do love the black and white original George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead. I don't have that. I'm looking for it. I just have to say, love it. Up next is The Nightmare on Elm Street. I have to say, I love the first one. The second one is lame. I love the third one, and I love the fourth one. I love the fifth one. The sixth one is Freddy's Dead. That one's alright. Wes Craven's New Nightmare, that's alright too. I don't really like it when something like, the New Nightmare, he became famous for making Freddy Krueger. He haunts kids. This one was one of those movies where, they tried to bring that into actuality. Like, one of the actresses, the one that's in the third one, like, Freddy starts haunting her in real life, and she knows that she's an actress. I didn't care for it. The last one, Freddy vs. Jason, it's alright. But I must say, like, out of all the Nightmare on Elm Streets, number 1, number 3, number 4, and number 5. So that's Nightmare on Elm Street, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, and Nightmare on Elm Street 5, Dream Child. Those are my favorites. 1, 3, 4, and 5. Gotta see them. They're awesome. If you haven't seen them. If you have seen them, see me. They rock. Next up is 28 Days Later. I don't like 28 Days Later. I don't really care so much for 28 Weeks Later, but 28 Days Later, this is one of those movies, like as I said before, where, you know, it's kind of in that realm of reality, you know, doctors playing around and making intense, putting it in monkeys, and then somebody comes and that person gets infected and it just spreads and it just spreads and it just spreads and it just spreads. And this movie's about people trying to survive and, you know, find a safe haven. It's pretty good. It's got some gore. It's pretty good. Okay, up next, I love underground movies. I love underground movies. I think they do so much more than the, you know, the produced all Hollywood movies. So I have to say that this movie is from the After Dark Horror Fest, and this is called Penny Dreadful. This movie freaking rocks. This is a movie about a girl who, as a child, her parents got killed in a horrible car accident, and so now she has a phobia. I forgot the name of it, but she has a phobia, and that's of cars. And so her therapist takes her on the same road trip that she was going with her parents, and her therapist ends up hitting this guy. So she feels bad. It's the middle of winter time. She gives him a ride. The guy turns out to be a psycho killer who's escaped from a mental institution. So she's trying to be nice, Penny is, and she's talking to him and all that stuff. She tells him about her phobia. Make a long story short, he kills the therapist and sticks little Penny, because she told him about her phobia, sticks her car wedged in between 4 trees. She cannot get out. She's completely terrified of cars. And every person that comes within like 100-foot radius, this psycho guy kills them. And ending's pretty good. And the Penny is Macaulay Culkin's wife, and she was actually pretty good in this. I mean, this movie is really good. Love this movie. This is one of those movies where I make people watch. Like, you gotta see this. You gotta get up on this. So, if you haven't seen it, it's called Penny Dreadful, and it's part of the After Dark Horror Fest. So, you gotta check this out. And last but not least is this movie called Salvage. I love this movie. This is a movie that I am obsessed with. It is so good. I mean, next to Penny Dreadful, this is a movie that I make people watch. Like, you have to see this. The ending is so kick-ass. The girl in the girl in Salvage, she keeps on having this dream that this guy comes and he kills her. And, you know, it keeps on happening over and over again. Her boyfriend starts thinking she's crazy. She starts thinking she's crazy. And, you know, the guy that's killing her, he's telling her, like, and I mean, it happens every day. He's telling her, like, there's a reason why this is happening. Like, one of my favorite lines in it is, like, nothing here is real. It's only real what you feel when I cut your fucking head off. It is just so badass. The ending, it's freaking awesome. You will never guess the ending. If you gave me 1,000,000 tries in 1,000,000 years, I would have never guessed the ending. It was that good. Movie Salvage. It's really good. This is how the cover looks. Badass movie. So I've just given you A little insight into me. So that was some of my favorite movies, horror movies. So if you have seen them, you're a rock star. If you haven't seen them and you like horror movies, check them out. They're freaking awesome. I guarantee you. Angel Eyes out. Bye, guys.